Hellspawn, written by Randall Neil Bills of Catalyst Games Labs, read by Shrapnel.
Halcyon Highlands, Stein's Folly, Capellan March, Federated Commonwealth, 17th of October 3065.
Memories from a childhood purposefully forgotten rose like an inexorable storm surge. Unconsciously, Mech Warrior Jane's right hand maneuvered the joystick and the right arm of Paralyzer. Her 45-ton Hellspawn rose gracefully. The ugly weapon mount stub of a 20-tube rocket launcher and twin extended-range medium lasers became the long-lost arm of a child. With frightful agility, the weapon apertures touched the overhead leaves, only causing a slight flutter. Orange light from the planet's K6 class star fell through the heavy canopy of deciduous woodlands, carpeting the Halcyon Highlands. A riot of colours, from the deepest ochre red to the wildest light yellows she had ever witnessed, met her eyes, and the sunlight, backlighting nature's leaf-stained windows of exquisite beauty. Jane found herself breathing rapidly, despite the lack of heat buildup or the exertion of too many long days in a cockpit during conflicts. While there were differences, the colours were off due to the orange sunlight, the alien flora of Stein's Folly included hues and shapes she'd never seen, and of course, she was ensconced a dozen meters above the ground in a war-forged bipedal battle mech. One of her only childhood memories that didn't bring pain surged further to the surface, and her eyes itched. A child's arm reaching to touch a similarly dappled forest canopy, but never able to reach. Thoughts bubbled as Flotsam pushed ahead on such current. Where is that girl? If she'd never gone on that vacation, would life be different for her? Could she be? Jane savagely bit her cheek until tears ran for pain and focus sprang back to the moment. The easy gait of the Hellspawn became a savage stalk to match her mood.
Jane, you okay?
A voice broke across the comm line. Memories still floated like the leaves torn off by the passage of her Hellspawn, spinning in the wake as Fall worked its magic. For a moment she felt trapped, unable to move, unable to change and push past it all. Her throat slowly clenched as old terrors gibbered for exposure, scratching at the edges of memories she'd long sought to expunge.
Jane? Seriously, girl? Don't tell me your comm line went down in that fine new ride of yours you love to prance in front of us.
The friendly tone filled her cockpit to bursting, ending the dreaded silence. Through the window of her cumbersome neurohelmet, her eyes blazed, a sun baking away the last of the resurrected memories, once more locking them away behind her carefully constructed facade. The clench of teeth moved beyond terror to anger and determination. Halperin. Right. I'm Halperin. Jane is only what they see. I'm Halperin.
Nah, I'm good. Just like to keep you waiting.
She fired back, the struggles of the moment subsumed and gone. Captain Tannic Jepso laughed uproariously, sparking additional chuckles from the other members of the ad hoc company. 7 in all, including Halperin. The roar matched the titanic woman that stood well over 2 meters, with flashing eyes and a brilliant halo of the blackest hair. Her current commander had worked with half a dozen mercenary forces, including a small stint with the Eridani Light Horse, a testament to her battlefield acumen. Botanic would never be a follower, even for such a prestige billet. Ultimately, she could only forge her own way, and thus was born Jepso's Jaguars. Halperin's smile smoothly transitioned from facade to genuine at the honest mirth and affection from her commander.
Keep me waiting? Me? Gonna have to slap you silly for that one once we're done with this patrol.
Her heckles would have risen over such comments in her previous missions, but Jepso, she was something extra special. Halperin had been with the Jaguars less than 4 months, and already she felt a kinship with Jepso she'd never tasted before. Her left hand eased the throttle back a hair, and her footwork on the pedals moved the Hellspawn from a stomp back into her usual smooth gait, while her mind wandered. Such an easy gig. With the federated Commonwealth tearing itself asunder in glorious fashion, some bureaucratic idiot decided that since the Capellan Confederation invaded Stein's Folly a few decades back, they might do it again with the Commonwealth so occupied. And with all the usual forces tied up in their civil war, even the smallest of Merc forces were getting a boost. A break appeared in the forest, as she found Tanik's battle mech, a Wolverine, moving confidently before her as their patrol lines overlapped. An honest warmth crept over her at the time she'd spent with such a strong woman. The timer on her console reached 0 exactly at the same moment warning klaxons of target locks from a well-laid ambush burst across the Jaguar systems. Halperin casually brought up both of her paralyzer's arms, locking the 4 medium lasers onto the back of Tanik's Wolverine, targeting the weakened area the techs never could seem to fix, and unleashed megajoules of energy. She kept the warmth of those feelings for Tanik bright, as the Wolverine dropped to ground like a puppet with its strings cut as the fusion engine was gutted. One of her few good memories to overlay so many bad. Thank you, Tanik. Like a flood, the rest of her pirate band swarmed the Jaguars. Time to finish securing this salvage. Hellspawn, Paralyzer. The clan invasion and its abrupt increase in technological relevance for the modern battlefield showcased the need to replace many aging battlemech models. One such model was the venerable 45-ton Dervish. While the mech had served admirably for centuries, General Motors put it firmly in its crosshairs as it designed a more mobile chassis that would accomplish the same mission parameters with a bevy of new technologies. The final result, the Hellspawn, clocked in at 45 tons with a 12% overall speed increase. Mech warrior Halperin, if that's even her real name, is a master chameleon. Able to fit any new mold she spins for herself. She and her pirates have been the death of half a dozen small merc forces to date. While their primary base of operations remains unknown due to the surprisingly large 100+ light-year radius of their strikes, her modus operandi isn't. She infiltrates a mercenary force, then betrays them from within at a crucial moment, and a pirate band sweeps in. Survivors are trussed up and ransomed if any rich nobles are caught in the web, and Halperin's pirates ultimately make off with equipment and salvage. Despite bounties posted across dozens of worlds, noting that she pilots a Hellspawn, the ploy continues to work. She's too good at changing her persona. Too many Hellspawns are operating in both Federated Commonwealth and Lyran Alliance forces, and too many small merc forces are desperate for her skills and the technological edge her Hellspawn Paralyzer brings. Unfortunately, the field will continue to be ripe for Halperin's unusual tactics for some time to come. Hello everybody, Shrapnel here. I hope you enjoyed today's tale. Just remember, if you enjoyed this, hit that like button. If you want to throw some change my way, I've got a Ko-Fi page. If you want to hop on the Patreon and join in with everyone else there, please feel free, links are in description. Everything that I get goes back into buying bigger and better gear or new pew-pews. Till the next time we meet, Mech Warriors, stay safe out there.